It's my top 5 Eurovision songs from Turkey. Welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. Please do click on the subscribe button and also that notification bell, and as always please do like, share and comment below. So I'm turning my attention to Turkey now, which is a country which has a fine and rich Eurovision tradition and Eurovision history, but sadly is no longer in the contest, or at least not for the present. They last entered the contest in 2012 and we haven't seen them since. Now, for more about why they are not in the contest, I have done another video. Please do take a look at that if you're interested to know. But today we're going to look at kind of my favourite songs from Turkey. Now, they've been in the contest since 1975 and they came back again in 1978 after a couple of years out, had another break, and then were largely, barring 1 year, they were ever present in the contest from 1980. Now, for those of you who kind of more know Turkey well from kind of the 2000s and 2000s, very successful, it actually took Turkey a long time to get those good results. They very rarely finished actually anywhere near the top 10 for the first part of their time in Eurovision. But since around 1997, they've had a considerable amount of success. They've had a win, they've had a runners-up place, they've had several top 5s and quite a few top 10s, which also makes it kind of all the more perhaps frustrating that they left kind of almost when they were doing so well. But we'll kick off with my number 5, and that is Gülzar'ın with Rimi Rimi Ley. So perhaps a slightly offbeat choice for this top 5. It's not one of their best results in terms of the recent results, the results they got since 1997. But it's one of these things that I do like. It's very much kind of a ethnic, traditional sort of folk pop, or well, actually not even that much of a pop. It's very much folk music. It's very sort of uncompromisingly, very faithful to kind of Turkish folk music. Gülzar'ın herself is actually Turkish French. But I think this is very enjoyable. I think I first was reminded of it when ESC Extra, which is one of the fan sites, when they did their live stream, when they used to mute, they used to put this song on as their kind of mute music. So that's kind of where I kind of remembered it from. But yeah, I think it's quite enjoyable. If you do watch the kind of full video from their performance at the contest, you'll notice around the 1 minute mark, there was a production error at the contest that year, and they started playing some Albania's backing track over the song, although fortunately not enough to spoil it, but you can just about hear it. My number 4 is Hadiz and Dum Tek Tek. Quite a classic, this one, I think, from 2009. Hadiz is a Belgian-born Turkish. This is very much firmly in the kind of folk dance pop banger effort. Lots of very catchy, lots of jiggling parts in the video, as you will note, and perhaps not surprisingly, it still to this day regularly appears in kind of the most watched videos on Eurovision's own YouTube channel. But not entirely surprising, but it is memorable and it's a lot of fun, and I still really enjoy it to this day. And it did very well at the contest as well, finishing in the top 5, one of their best results. At number 3, it's Manga, We Could Be the Same. So this was Turkey's second best ever result. They were runners-up in the year that Lena from Germany sort of swept all before her. But actually, I personally, I would have liked this one to win more. They were, a very popular band in Turkey and kind of across other parts of Europe as well. And so they brought real kind of big stadium Turkish rock to Eurovision. Really, I thought it was a great live performance. Very impressive. Not necessarily great if you don't like flashing lights. So do be careful if you watch their video of their live performance. I think this was a great result. They haven't gone on to do as much as I thought they would do after Eurovision. But yeah, I think they still are a very well Turkish band. In my runners-up spot is Sertab Arena and Every Way That I Can. So this is Turkey's sole Eurovision winner, and it is a very good winner at that. It was actually, ironically, their very first song ever fully sung in English at the time, and it won Eurovision in probably one of the most closest and most exciting kind of Eurovision sort of voting sort of moments we've got, because it was a three-way kind of whole race between Belgium, Turkey and Russia, and it was only in the very last set of points, in fact the second last point given in terms of even in the very last sort of set of points, that actually Turkey overtook Belgium when they were given 10 points to win, and won only by like 3 points or something. Very, very, very close indeed. I'm really glad it did, because I wasn't particularly a fan of either the Belgian or the Russian entry that year. Sertab Arena was a famous pop star before Eurovision, and she's continued to be famous after Eurovision. She had a very long career, and she was closely involved in the production of this song as well, so which is also good to see. It wasn't just something that she was given and ended up singing. It was I really, really like this one. You might be surprised to know why it's not my number one, but we'll coming on to that in a moment. So finally, my number one is Sebnem Paker and Group Ethnic and Dinley. This song marks the kind of rise of Turkey at Eurovision. Obviously, for years and years and years, they had not done very well. And finally, they got, with this song, they finished third, which was just so much better than they'd previously done. Now, Sebnem actually had represented Turkey the year before, when they finished 12th. And actually, that had been one of their best results to date. But this one obviously far outperformed that. Again, it's a very kind of folk Turkish folk song, but really catchy. I love the instrumentation in it. She's got a beautiful voice. She was only 20 at the time as well, and it still marks the kind of the best ever result of a song sung in Turkish as well. And in 1997, which is the year it was the highest placed non-English song, because it was the UK that won that year and Ireland that came second. Now Sebnem has gone on to become a teacher, but I think she does occasionally still kind of reprise the song kind of at various events. We'd lovely to see her at a Eurovision event sometime, but you never know, maybe that may be some time before we see kind of Turkey getting its Eurovision groove back. It would be great to see again, because as you can see from this top 5, they've got some cracking songs from their past, and I think we really do miss them in the contest. But hope you've enjoyed this top 5, and we'll see you again soon.